Hey, what's up everyone? Hey, welcome back to the next adventure. I'm Bob. Today, being that the whole world shut down, I'm just kind of hanging out at the house, and I figured that I would talk to you a little bit more about my Biolite FirePit. You've seen it in past videos, and I figured I'd talk about it. It's not really a review, but I'll just kind of give you my opinion, and we're going to run through the features of it, and I'm going to actually use the features. Real quick, I'll do a quick rundown. So, this top here is a grill, so it actually slides off like this, and so you can move the heat, and it's kind of nice. So you can cook with wood or charcoal. So I'll show you here. You can pull that off, and then this grate in here where the wood goes to actually lifts up. Has little hooks under here. Now you can put charcoal right there and have a little charcoal fire, and we're going to do that, and we're going to cook some burgers up here. You can see the bottom tube. There's one down there, there's one on each side up here. What that is, that's forced air. So what I mean by forced air is they consider this a smokeless fire pit. So when you have wood burning in here, this is your battery pack. Here, let's turn it on. You can probably hear it. So what it does is it pushes air through those tubes, so it creates a more even combustion. So it burns all the gases. When you have a nice fire going in there, it will smoke at times, but it'll burn all the gases before it leaves here, so it creates way less smoke. It's actually pretty effective. I do wish it was a little larger, because the wood sometimes it just kind of hangs out, but it does work well. It is, here you can hear the fan. We'll kick it on high and you'll really be able to hear it, I hope. It is a little noisy on high. You see some ashes maybe flying out. Yeah. Kick it on low here. The one thing, I think it might have been better to make it out of stainless. You can tell it's super rusted. It was painted black when I first got it, but it's nice and rusted up. It doesn't really bother me at all. When it's dark out and you have a fire, you can't tell at all. The cool thing is it's mesh all the way around on both sides, so you can actually see in on the sides. So it's like a 360 fire, so you can see all around. So at night, and you get at night you can see all the coals from the side, and you get way more heat, which I think is pretty awesome. But yeah, that's basically essentially on how this thing works. It's really neat. I rather do enjoy it. So let's go ahead and get it fired up, and I'll show you the operation. We're going to do charcoal. We're going to cook some burgers, and the cool thing is afterwards you can just drop this down, put some wood in there, and have a fire. So let's get into it. We are going to use some self-lighting cheap charcoal that I picked up today. See if I can figure out how to open it, because apparently I don't have my knife on me. Yeah, we'll just tear it open, whatever. So this thing, in my opinion, does use a lot less wood. I like to put a large amount in there so I can get a nice even layer of coals once it gets burning. Set that off to the side. Let's build this up a little bit. Kind of want all the coals nice and close together to begin with, and then we'll spread them out later. Basically, just like a normal charcoal grill, the same way you'd light your grill, you'd light this. You do have a little bit of assist on this though, because that air pack, or the fan, but I won't use that until maybe we even put wood in here. Maybe I'll kick it on low if we need to, but alright, let's get this started. I'll sit back with a beverage and enjoy the fire. So I've only cooked a couple times on charcoal with this thing, And I've been pretty impressed. It's nice because it doesn't use a whole lot. And you can take it anywhere. So I go to beaches and state parks and even campgrounds. When you're with this thing, they'll let you have fire anywhere. I was even on a beach one time where they allow fires, but only in their designated fire pits. And the cops would come around and they would put out all the fires if it wasn't in a fire pit, because people were putting it on sand, and it was getting late and all the cops would come around putting all the fires out and put everybody's fire out but mine, and used mine as an example. They kept pointing and said, you can have fire if you have it in something like this, which I thought that was cool. So I was the only one out there with a fire, and I tell you what, you're pretty popular when that happens. Everybody ends up gathering around your fire, and it was a good time. All right, we're gonna let this coal up and we'll get back to it. I'm gonna go ahead and throw on the grill top here so it can kind of burn off anything that's on there. I haven't cleaned it, so hopefully this will help a little bit. Just kind of twist on there. There we go. We can see there's some smoke going on here. The coals are getting close to ready. They need a little bit more time to cook, but let's kick on this fan and see what happens. Man, it looks like the smoke disappeared already. That's pretty nifty. Cool. Fast forward here a few minutes. And I think we're pretty well ready to spread these coals out. I'm just going to use a rubber glove. You should probably use a stick or something, whatever you have laying around. Just going to spread them out. So I had this thing running I had the fan on for maybe 3 minutes or so, just speed it up, and it looked like it worked out pretty well. Yeah, it's gonna be nice and warm. About ready to cook on. All right, so I have the fan off because plenty hot. We don't need any more heat. That's probably too hot, actually. See if that'll cool off just a little bit here. And then we'll throw some burgers on it, cook those up. Now a little bit later, we'll throw some wood on top of this and kick on the fans and have a fire. Okay, the coals are ready to go. So we're gonna go ahead and put some burgers on here. And I've got pre-mades. So what I have here is actually Kroger. But after searching through all the other burgers, this is the only one I can find that the only ingredient is ground beef. Everything else had a bunch of other crap in it, so I'm happy with that. So let's crack this open and put some on here. Ah, nice. The grill top's a little small, But if it's just you, or even 2 people, it's plenty good sized. I could probably fit another one in here if I tried real hard, but all right, we're just gonna set these on here and let these cook. One thing about these burgers, they will get a little flame kissed, just due to the nature of this kind of grill. So it looks like this side's a little cooler than this side. I can tell I got way more coals on this side, but I'll just kind of rotate them around. You see it's cooking nice. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but we're just gonna let them cook. Now if I turn the fan on right now, it might mitigate some of the smoke, but it would make the coals really hot, and I don't want that. So mind you, yeah, that's a nice little grill mark there. And I didn't clean the grill top off. Probably should have, but this one's gonna take a little extra time. So I threw this last burger on here. I'm gonna cook it up, and as soon as that's done cooked up, I'm gonna go up and eat. I'm gonna come back down. We're gonna check back into this coal situation. We're gonna throw some wood on here, and I'll show you what this thing actually is designed for. Okay, finished product. Wish I had some cheese, but I don't. Just a simple burger on a pretzel bun. So I'm gonna sit here and munch down on this. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, charcoal. I don't know what it is, but I like cooking with charcoal. My favorite thing to cook with is just over a campfire, just regular wood. I don't know what it is. You can take a pork chop and put it on a stick. It turned out delicious. Pretty much anything on a stick over a campfire, can't go wrong. My favorite thing over a campfire though, is rabbit liver. Hands down. I don't know why, but it is one delicious little morsel. Nice and tender. Not even a huge liver fan, but it doesn't taste like beef liver or nothing. It's delicious over a campfire. All right, what do you say we get this fire going? Sun's going down. Have a little fire into the evening before go back in the house. So what you want to do is you want to take this off, just set this off to the side, let that cool down, and then those little You can use sticks or whatever, but I find a rubber or a leather glove comes in handy. Set this off, set that down, and then take a quick breather, have a sip. All right, let me grab a couple pieces of wood. All right, I got a little wood. I've had this for quite a while. Just had it over here under a tarp because it was really wet when I brought it home. Picked it up in the forest somewhere. So now we just want to put the wood in here. Let the fire start to go. Okay, you can see it's smoking pretty good. That's because it's just getting started. So once it gets going a little bit, we'll kick the fan on. Oh, there we go. Got a little fire going. Didn't even have to turn the fan on. All right, now that fire's going, let's kick this fan on and I'll show you what it does. We got it on medium high now. You can see I put a little bit more wood in there. Now she's smoking for a little bit, but once that wood gets going, it'll stop smoking. I'll turn the fan back down once everything gets caught. So the idea behind this is you can have a fire, you know, with a gathering of people and not have to chase around the smoke all the time, smoke in the face, and more efficient burn. And I'll tell you, it works rather well. Especially once you get a fire going for a couple hours, you got a nice coal bed, you don't have any issues. There you go. Now you see the smoke's pretty well gone. And here, see if you can, I'll kick it on high. Actually, that might not even be high. Nope, that's high. So that's forcing a lot of air. It puts out a lot of heat on high. And kick it down to low, and just kick back and enjoy the fire. Am I on fire? Oh, this thing is. Seen smoke coming up between my legs, thought I was on fire there for a second. And there you have it. This is the Biolite FirePit, made by Biolite. I own a lot of their products and I have genuinely liked all of them. They have a lot of lights. They have a miniature camp stove that I've had for 8 years probably. And it's rattled around the back of a motorcycle and all kinds of crazy stuff, and it still works. And it generates its own electricity, so you never have to charge anything. This actually has a charging port on the battery pack that you have to charge it. it lasts a long time though, so it's never that big of a deal. Well, yeah, this is the fire pit that I take with me everywhere now because it's super convenient. It doesn't leave a mess. That's one thing I love about it. It's no trace. Once I'm done here, grass will still be green. And it's super convenient. Have it anywhere. I'm gonna sit back, enjoy a couple more beers, enjoy this fire for a little bit while the sun goes down because it's beautiful weather. Spring is here. So on that note, until next time, my friends, on to the next adventure.